In 3, 2, 1. All right.
Oh, wow, I have NMR, Abrasive, Subkiller. Abrasive's been in a lot of these prospects. Subkiller also trying to make his way in as well. We have Wing Hydra here. Brownside's been playing a lot. He said he's lost a bunch of prospects. Like that's his record. Like
Because he
6 out of 20.
trolls half the time.
You think so?
Yeah, he does.
He says that every time he wins a game in a set, they switch him to the other team and then he loses.
Yeah, that happens in this one also.
Oh, that's pretty
Pushing.
funny. Yep. Crew's here in the jungle. Vash, I've seen him a few.
Yeah,
Olhea.
I wouldn't say either team's really stacked in this case. I don't think one team has a big
Comp
advantage
wise
of the other.
or players.
Like
What
as
you say?
players wise, like
Mm-hmm.
I don't think either team's like really stacked.
Yeah. If I were to give, yeah, I think over here we have NMR Subkiller. Abrasive has been playing consistent supports. He's been doing fine in the role. So I would only say outstanding players that I know of so far were Subkiller and NMR, and then on the other side we have no. I'm not sure if anyone knows about how do you say it, Ole, I believe,
Yeah.
who is Tiamat and is actually a really good player. He's a GM console, but still very good. Plays on like leading and stuff like that. So
Oh,
for those
are you
games,
are you not watching the picks and bands?
oh, we picked some bands. No, I'm not. I had spectated the match already because I
Oh,
messed
yeah.
up. Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll jump straight to that then. My bad.
Okay. All right. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Hey, if you want, you can probably wait. Are you gonna come to the match?
Yeah, I'm going to match right now. All right, bro.
Oh my god, I just left. This is
Unfortunate.
if anything, you could just pause at like a certain point, and I'll be right there. So
Yeah,
it's not
I'll pause
a
at
big of
0.
an issue. Yeah, apologies for skipping the picks and bans, everybody. I was not paying attention because I'm kind of dumb.
It's all good.
Let's get back in here. 9-8,
So Killer's
41.
like on one of his main picks, Achilles here.
Yeah, I've seen him do very well in that before. In playoffs and stuff. I think
Ran
he
the
dropped
game
like,
with him.
yeah, he literally, yeah, he got like I think 7 solo kills or something like that, and
Yeah, it was insane.
making, yeah, huge impacts. Really brought it home for the Valhalla Assassins there. As I'm about to spectate again, and I'll catch up with you in a second.
All right.
Wherever you're at, just pause, and I'll be right there. Unfortunately, we will get the picks and bans going forward, but not sure if we just wanted to try to crack down on the draft, seeing as they're not exactly like teams or whatever, and they're
That's
people
fair.
put together. But
Yeah, that's fair. Josh usually just like ranked picks half the time, anyways. It's nothing like usually
mhm,
crazy.
yeah, yeah, unless somebody that we would have like unless somebody's like coordinating the draft and stuff, and maybe they probably would tell us about that if that was happening.
Yeah.
But I'm back in the game. Where are
I'm
you?
at 10 seconds.
All right,
But
10 seconds. The game has started already.
yeah, like
Okay, get over there. All right, I'll be there in about 30 seconds. Game is still not started yet. 15 seconds.
all right. Oh shoot. Yeah, we're doing that real quick. I'm gonna show that we're live.
Mm-hmm. Right, and I'm actually at 11 seconds by accident, but yeah.
I don't think the 1 second would be too big of a deal. All right, you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Um,
Is it?
few interesting things. NMR went the Mannequin Scepter on the Thanatos.
Yeah, I mean, people like with the star item changes to Boombas and stuff, and I still being fine, but maybe he wants to try to get to some of the late game because the upgrade
Yeah,
for the mannequin scepter, I forgot, probably hidden blade takes away like I think 15% of the health when you first touch him, or
20% now.
20%.
20% now, yeah.
Yeah,
So with that
20%.
scythe,
So,
and that scythe takes away 15%, right?
mm-hmm. Yep.
And so that's like 35% of your health gone in an instant from one ability.
Yeah. Very could help in
That's
late game with
10%.
pokes and stuff like that, even kills, and you still clear well with it in the jungle. So it's
Looks like he's
very
looking for rotation over here in the right lane right now. In the
yeah.
solo
Thanatos
lane,
also covering by.
just kind of having by. But if you see, there was a ward right there by the blue buff from the start, so it was spotted out to
Yep,
begin with.
yep. Wing Hydra
So
here, not taking any chances here, throwing his vision out. Little skirmish on the left side.
Yeah, Specify ends up missing his stun and gets his beast forced out by the Nox support here from Brownslide.
Yeah, with the ping coming out, probably maybe seeing TMI as the pluck comes in,
Plug
pulls him
onto
in.
a Vash. He takes a lot of damage here.
I don't think that's a stun though, so
It's
we'll
not a
be
stun.
fine. Onside with the decent combo. Not too much damage on Sobek here to right back up. As TMI goes in the middle lane
Skirmish
on
over here in the
Thanatos.
mid lane. And
Yeah,
Thanos taking a lot of damage here. Looks like he should be able to make it out safely. He does have to use the blink though, however.
it's like
But he does
Ravana
make it
gets
out.
some back camps in return. Swiping these up real quick. And Amar here has to go to his back camps on the dual side.
This will hurt him too much in the long run though, because he does just heal back all the health he lost with his passive.
Yep. Posture, bad positioning, kind of just walked right into Ravana. Not sure he was doing. He probably should have backed up faster. Also knowing that Ravana was in his back camps, probably from Inamar saying, "You're in my back camps." Yeah, Subkiller here does have tier 2 boots. Opting not to go Bluestone. Wonder if he's going for another starter, maybe Sundering. I mean not Sundering, maybe the Warriors Axe, because some people don't like to buy it first.
Yeah,
But
Warriors
he does
Axe
have.
has a little awkward at the very start.
Mm-hmm.
And also the TP with the boot start, you're able to really just poke them a lot in lane, get them low on HP with the Bluestone. Back with your new power spike with your full boots finish and maybe Warriors Axe. And you can come in hitting a lot harder while they're already fairly low. And on Achilles, that's usually around when you hit level 5 and allows you to set up for an easy execute.
Yeah, it's amazing. He does have to give up a relic choice though with teleport, but it seems both of you guys have teleport here.
Yeah, I mean teleport's not like a bad starter. It allows you to rotate them out of the map early on very easily. You get much less punished for it. So like I say, the soul laner, like dual lane is really losing hardcore. Soul laner could actually rotate there and then just TP back to lane and maybe miss out on like 2 or 3 minions.
Yeah, I see.
Like
Definitely flexible. Yeah, if you don't want to abuse the Bluestone. I mean, my fault, not the Bluestone. Like blink and beads if you don't need them.
And Sun Wukong is one of the gods who doesn't really have to have beads just because it's ultimate.
Yeah, as you get away, low HP almost executed, but Dash was able to save you. He wasn't able to stop it. Yeah. Maybe if you would have stayed the stun for it, but unlikely gets a kill there. You didn't have to use your ult though, which is good for you.
Achilles ult is looks like a pressure going onto Achilles here, getting caught out.
Yeah,
extremely
knowing
low
he has
here.
no ult.
Going to dash away, it looks like, and he. So this is a bit of miscommunication here. We both ult just for the story. He
as a throwback, gets the fuck on Nox, and here in left lane, Cupido Nox has the beads and gets slapped with the scythe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see him
using the ultimate over there because I go, do you want me to use my ult or you? He goes, oh, you can use your ult, that's fine. And I go, okay, I'll secure it. He goes, never mind, my kill, and he just goes up and ults for it. And I'm like, well, we both just use our ult now.
Excellent. Very, very coordinated. 3 men on the red buff. Wonder if there is any risk of it being taken. Just wanted to clear it out fast, I guess.
Yeah, one problem with these not being actual teams, communication's a little bit lacking. But it's just what happens.
Yeah, it's a prospect game. We encourage people to try to make the best out of that communication. Obviously, not a team, but maybe try to show their individual and perhaps even strengths as a team or with other people at least in cooperation. Yeah, nothing really happening going on. Just a little poking and left. Cupid very low. While the purples are up though.
It looks like Thanatos is looking to go for a Transcendence, I think, here. He's going to be hitting a really hard late game. Especially
I can tell. He's definitely trying to ramp it up. Yeah, essentially the double percentages they're going to come from just his abilities like his scythe and his Manic Scepter upgrade. Transcendence could complement that a lot. Just give him a lot of raw power because he's already hitting people for percentages and stuff and really taking their health down part by part.
I think I would basically half hit most tanks and 3/4 of squishy, pretty much at that point. Purple invade happening here on the left side of the map right now. Cupid ult is used, and they do not secure the purple buff. Brownslide taking a lot of damage here. I think
Unfortunate
he'll
for the both
make it
games.
out safely, however.
Yeah, Sobek is coming in here. Might try to cut him off and get a pluck. Wonder if that's gonna happen here. Does get the pluck, but
there's no follow-up
nobody.
here.
Yeah, Cupid going back to lane. What do you think? You think Cupid should have came over here for that kill? I mean, he wasn't really gonna miss that much of a wave. Kyron had not even cleared it yet, and the gank on the right side. Lamar going down.
Going off in the fight right here.
And Ravana, surprisingly, I would like to see the Ravana up down. I mean, you're still gonna dodge the Achilles, all right, and you could come down and get the damage back on him.
That's probably the better play there. Blink
Yeah,
is out here getting the stun. And the tiger stun, and he does get blown up here. With a follow-up kill mid.
Subkiller does end up dying as well here on the right side.
He's being a little bit too greedy, I think. I think he thought the blink was down, I'm guessing.
Perhaps. Oh, yep. True. Unfortunate, really.
Because the blink's up, and there's no shot that he dies there, but...
Yep. Blue team is up about 2k gold lead so far. More like 1.9. As this team is always low health, it seems, in the mid probably after these fights, but since the red team is dying, they're not able to make it back and kill the team, allowing her to get some more farm. Perhaps when she should be backing instead, but no really fear or pressure. This team ought to back, confidently walking to this lane with quarter HP, doesn't know what any 3 members are at, and just walks up and clears a wave. Gets a pluck, I believe. That's pretty good, but and the late beats. Oh yeah, Thanatos in the air.
Rav getting the
giving
dodges
misses.
the ultimate.
He gave Ravana a lot of time to get his cooldowns back for immunities, but looks like it might not matter. Misses the scythe. Like gonna get cleaned up by Nox, I believe. Not gonna barrel the ult.
It doesn't look like much is gonna happen besides the purple buff invade here. Vash going on to Uncle Fable here is taking a lot of damage. He is out of mana. Crime one all used here, and it looks like Sobek should fall as well in response. Looks like he might just pick out team diving in here, going on to 2 kill onto Abrasive, and looks like he's getting a follow-up kill onto Uncle Fable here. Cupid will be left on the run, and they should be able to pick up a Scorpion, maybe a purple buff invade of their own here.
Wow, yeah, that's a huge play, and that's some huge kills for Olhea here on Tiamat. Just been having like a 2-level, 3-level lead almost the entire game. Not a lot of pressure being put, and they commit too much on the Ravana, I believe, and they ended up, taking more of a bite than they could chew.
In the right lane, but as you can see, he's under the ward up right there, spotting out the gank once again.
Yeah, nothing much, but still trying to keep his pressure over there. Now let Subkiller run rampant, as I'm sure maybe, doesn't want to give him any sort of chance, even though he is behind right now.
Yes, that's what most prospect games end up with, is Subkiller running the game.
Getting
fed.
Yep, but the Cruz here being wary of that, not wanting that to happen, trying his best to... Doing a pretty decent job over here, despite being even with the jungler, has allowed Wukong to get about half a level lead, I'd say, maybe a whole level over here. With still around a 2k gold lead, and the blue team haven't gotten much off of it, but the XP. The XP difference.
Trying to kill these oracles right here. As you see right here, Cruz is kind of AFK.
Nice.
Because we were trying to pause, but we couldn't pause because somebody, me, forgot to turn on free pause.
Oh no, as Chiron got his bead snatched, losing the trade to Cupid. Cupid going down.
Yeah, so
XP difference going down for the blue team, probably because Cruz is AFK, not even farming.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's back. I guess you guys don't just forget about the pause. Purple buff invade come over here though. Cupid dashed the wrong way, but his Sobek's here anyway, so he's just gonna go on to Chiron here. Chiron gets the dash away. Goes to Tiamat, gets a blink in. Wonder if he picks up the skill on Chiron.
NMR up in the air. Looking to dive here.
Should drop this Chiron.
Anybody misses
dead anyway. I think he was going for Chiron, but he was dead already.
Push speed's a little bit too late, and he's taking decent bit of damage here, but with his teammate mitigations, when she would normally be dead, still
Yeah,
alive.
Ravana ulted
Cruz in the
in.
background, in the backline diving. But where he
He
was AFK
ulted,
for
but
so long,
didn't even get anybody.
yeah, where he was AFK for so long, he just fell behind, just wasn't able to do as much damage as he should have been able to.
Yeah, definitely a good point there. And NMR misses the ult, but I think he was going for an XQ, but
Cruz
he should
blinked
have
in
known
on
that
the
guy was
specify.
definitely gonna die. Cupid dashed out. 1 HP.
Auto attack trade between the team and
Olhea missing some autos on the mage. Maybe that's why he played mid instead. But Cupid falls down regardless.
1-for-1 trade of the hunter for the support. Not too bad of a trade in the end.
Sobek, super low. If only team I hit like a little bit, but Chiron's gonna hit the first ult. I mean, there's no way he drops that kill. Just at least one ult, and that's all you needed to hit, and he did it.
Oh, he is getting I think, a pretty decent gold lead here. A 1k gold lead in mid, 700 in solo. There is a small difference in carry, but it's like 200. Jungler's 200 ahead. Everywhere else, it's just most of the leads just in solo and mid here.
Yeah, definitely being the beacons of the leading forces on their team, I should say, as they are in the lead. Still 2k gold lead though, but these experienced leads could turn into something, but they haven't been able to find any completely meritable fights here.
Yeah, no
to get
objectives
them
down
something off.
either.
Both Scorpions still down. I would like to see them just take a pause on these farming rotations and just be like, let's go over here and just clear this out real quick and get back to farming. Maybe make something for this gold phrase. They do have a pretty decent XP lead with about 11.5 or 2 in solo lane, about 2 or 11.5.
Taking a lot of damage here. Mid Pluck is down. Ultimate force out here. Extremely low now. Nearly dead. Nox ult is used and does slow down to Olhea, who's now on a rampage.
Yep, 5-0 here. Still not died very hard. Seems these mitigations and Tiamat just with the lead. Not gonna do as much damage as you need to kill her. Yeah, so
nearly the whole lead is just between mid and solo right now.
Yep, literally, quite entirely, as I said before, they're leading forces in this game so far. With, I said before, 2-level lead, but it seems I can see it's about a level and a half lead on mid and solo, with dual lane being relatively even here. Neither outperforming as
here happening on to specify.
Mars in the air, drops down.
And Cruz just gets blown up by NMR.
Yeah, got counter ganked by NMR.
Dominance instead. I mean, he just basically going to go straight through those protections instead. Starting a short bow.
Yeah.
Looks like he's going to go more auto attack focus, maybe. So
could be a
oboe. Vash here. Oh, he gets a kill on Uncle Fable, so it's a 1-for-2 trade.
Dive that. Now they're gonna.
Olhea coming over, misses the 1, hits the 2 onto NMR. NMR a little bit low here. Brownslide misses his entire kit. Now NMR look to come back in here. Brayson misses the pluck once again, and can't quite get anything here. Specify taking a lot of damage with Tornado getting locked in place. Extremely low here. Does fall down on Brownside's ultimate, who secures the kill. NMR taking a lot of damage. Olhea diving in, and it looks like he will fall down to Olhea here.
Not sure about that play.
They just stick around for way too long here. They should have took their win and just walked away.
Cruz able, yeah. It's I hate to say it, but looking like some arena in this first prospect game until they win that fight decisively and go to this greatest Scorpion. Yeah, I think the red team here is really just thirsting for kills here. I think they should have just backed up, took the gold Scorpion, took their buffs, maybe took that perp buff as it came up, and dropped it for that. Not allow Cruz to get back into the fight and just clean up already long-lasting fight.
And now I would like to see the Soul Laners rotate over for this Gold Fairy here. Blue team could really force this objective down with just their gold lead and XP lead here.
Yep, 3k gold lead in solo. And in the mid too. Yeah. 15 to 13. And they really need to get together here.
Abrasive really just isn't able to keep up with Brownslide.
Yeah, probably able to farm more, do more damage to camps as Nox, and maybe get around faster without having to save here.
Gets a kill on Uncle Fable. What does the throwing the support do if you throw him at your backliner? It's not something you usually want to see. Is enemy support right to the guy he wants to kill.
Yeah. Unfortunate play. Not sure if that was worth.
Cruz and NMR having a little skirmish with the backcams. Cruz was able to invade those backcams here. Mid skirmish still continue. NMR forced up in the air. And it looks like he's rotating back to his speed buff. He should get away here.
Kyron's under his tower, 1 HP, healed up from Devils, I assume, but nothing much on dual lane. As Nox is spinning back behind the tier 2. Wonder what she's looking
Chase
for.
happening over here in Soul Lane onto the Achilles, forcing him under the tower. It looks like
Seems he
they're
will
looking
still
for
live.
blue buff invaders, just really fighting, skirmishing everywhere when they
Yeah,
force on an
multiple
objective.
fights here. Throwback had to ult out in mid. Forced to use it all. Also trying to get the blue over here. They should just decide on one thing. I feel like they could have killed Achilles if they have their teammates rotate over here as Vash gets soloed in the duo lane. Was constantly under pressure this whole time, but they finally cracked. Got killed.
It kind of feels like red team is really forcing a lot of these engagements and the start, and now blue team is just giving in into following up with these engagements, and it's just kind of turned to a big arena match.
But yeah, red
Olhea
team is
literally
allowing
cut out
themselves to split up the map with these fights. With Brownslide looking
getting blown
bleak
up
here and gets killed.
Will down.
Cruz looking for something, blinking in with
TPing in here, and it looks like NMR's about to fall. Does make it out alive here.
blinked in too fast.
Blown up by Olhea. Subcode on his
Vash should fall here too.
And it looks like Subkiller has his way and did get a kill there. And Hydra will go up in the air. And Olhea with a triple kill in this engagement here.
10-0, 17 minutes in with the team.
4-level lead.
Yeah, 4-level lead. I don't know. I feel like Posh, I've seen him get caught up a bunch of times. I mean, if you're playing Posh, you should probably be mindful and try to have even better positioning than you would in mid. And also Tiamat is able to free farm. Not a lot of pressure being put on. Probably because Posh is always low, poked out, or dead when Thanatos is coming over here. Hate to see it. So back getting
seems like in the end, she's just always the one who ends up surviving while everyone else ends up falling. And just ends up with last hit, just getting her really huge.
Yeah, could be to the fact that Oli is on Tiamat, and also just great positioning. Really able to stay alive during these fights, and that's how you get your lead, right? You farm well, take farm if you have to, and in the fights you don't die, and you make sure that you can continue and farm while your opponent is dead. NMR had to ult out in the skirmish with the Wukong.
Yeah, it's sending those back games to get his ultimate forced out. And it looks like it should be about all that happens there.
Yep, nothing more. As Fire Scorpion still not dropped yet. Looking at it though. With go down, where else you're supposed to go on the map?
Blue team's lead is still staying fairly stagnant, hovering around the same area it was before.
Yeah, not able to get anything insane yet, but definitely nothing
over here invading the red buff, getting poked out a lot right here. But it is forced to use the ultimate. Olhea really just free diving. No one able to really kill his team out with those mitigations at this point.
Cupid looks like he's gonna get picked up by Cruz.
Onto Cruz.
I'm actually still kind of interested why the solo laners just slapping each other for no reason. Just come over to this fight or something. Could get some towers off this if they win this decisively, but Wukong not opting to come over here and help his teammates win this game or win this fight at least 100%, as they're gonna have to do it themselves. But Wukong is gonna sniff something out over here, as his teammates are probably yelling at him to come over here at this point.
Actually, they're yelling not to come over. That's why I didn't rotate.
You guys just wanted to have a slap fest, huh? As nobody's able to get any sort of damage to stop Thanatos from blinking.
Does get up in the air, and he should be able to get out alive here.
Achilles had to beads. Not sure why. He had a lot of health, but I probably just want to get out.
I think if he just gets locked down hardcore right here, he ends up just losing. Blue team not really forcing anything down here with everyone being out of mana.
Mm-hmm.
If
Yeah,
everyone rotates over, there's just really just a bad engagement for them at this point, so they are forced to back
definitely.
off without anything really. Cruz over here
Yeah.
currently soloing the Greater Scorpion, everyone just abandoning him.
Yeah, Cruz seems to be the one here advocating for these objectives, ping the gold scorpion, and he starts slapping that fire scorpion. But people know to get this game along. Doesn't like sitting here for kills. With the blue team, surprisingly, their lead went up a bit. I believe I think it's about 5.4K right now, as it's usually stayed
Yeah.
around the 3 to 4K mark. Very interesting here. I think they got tier 1 in mid and tier 1 on left, I believe, or just the one tier 1. So that's some gold, and they chased the enemy team, got the red buff and the back camps and a kill.
Cruz over here with another kill on NMR, picking him
Mar.
out here. This is a big win for them. They could really go and force down an objective now.
Yeah,
Still just fighting all these small
most of the
skirmishes
tier
everywhere.
1. Yeah, exactly. Most of the tier 1s are down here. They could look for a pyro or maybe beta fighter on fire if the other team doesn't have any vision. But Tiamat jumps in mid and clean up Bosch team's Aegis comes out and knocks its the ult on Sobek, but it's BB'd by Sobek, of course, with Aposh finally dying here and Sobek having to pluck out. Unfortunate here. Aposh would have died way sooner, but the ult from the Nox was body blocked, and as well as the Aegis used from Aposh there. Two dead here. 5v3. NMR will be coming up soon, but
And it looks like they're going
has
for the
no
Pyromancer
beads.
now. Well, they're still continuing to fight here in mid. Trying to ping on an objective, but really just the whole team refusing to rotate over, it looks like.
Yeah, things could be happening much more efficiently here. I think they definitely could have pulled this fire giant. Everyone was pretty healthy. Maybe Chiron could have swung over, but seemed not to be interesting despite his other ADC being over there.
Looks like a pick being looked over here in the soul lane again.
Yeah.
Subkiller could have got the back off, but decided not to in the end.
Missed the one on the Wukong. Hits the stun though. Achilles does have ult here,
Stun
so
off here.
don't see him in trouble unless Tiamat comes over. Oh, not able to get that much distance with everybody jumping in. About two ults, Ravano and Wukong ult with the jump, and Oli just coming in as well, spawning a minion. And that's that tier 1 right on the right. Now, I mean, I think
Should
if you're
be.
blue team, you
Looking for
just
a fire
have to
giant
be.
here.
Yeah. At this point, all the tier 1s are down, and you've gotten a couple kills you're satisfied with. So, if you're blue team, you're definitely looking for this fire giant soon, like very soon. Get some ward coverage
Also,
out. Start to pull
one
it.
thing to note, Brownslide was not in comms.
Oh, on the blue team?
Yeah,
Unfortunate.
he had no comms. He wasn't even VGS, he was just there.
Unfortunate. I feel like he probably was having a bad day or something like that.
No.
He's usually a participant.
He was talking in another Discord channel, I think, so it was.
Oh, perhaps he had something important to talk about. But
Yeah, blue team
usually
does shut down this fire giant here. Racem not able to steal it away, and Racem may just fall down here. Does use the ultimate. And blue
the
team
fire
really could
giant
just
down.
look to run down this right lane.
The gold fury is being snatched over here on the left side by the ADC in the mid, trying to get something. Acknowledging the towers are probably going to go down, or at least the one on the right so far. And Amar split pushing on the left side here, just trying to get some farm. I guess maybe get 20 wants this hidden blade to really show out for him.
Yeah,
Oh, and we didn't go back on him, but he had Atlantis bow. As a fight happens here for this right Phoenix. Acknowledging
probably going to finish up the Bloodforge as well.
Mm-hmm.
Cruz blinks in, taking a lot of damage here.
Nice
Vash
pluck
getting
here
plucked
on the
in,
Chiron, but gets a dash out.
eating
Blue
a lot of
team,
damage.
questionable call here. I would have liked to see them go for tier 2s.
Looks like they will be forced out here. Blue team on the retreat.
Not too much of a loss though. They didn't lose any players. They still have they healed a decent amount, it seems, with this fire giant healing and probably some innate healing. So they could look to go back on this with NMR no O and no Cupid O either, but not looking to be of any avail.
Red team doing a really good defense here. That Obwash ult did a lot of damage, especially reducing their healing, really preventing blue team from being able to siege into this Phoenix.
Yeah, I would like to see them just go for these tier 2s though, even though they are hanging in here despite all those ults used from the red team side. But I would like them to see to just clean up these tier 2s and get it over with. With them not having an exact front line to go spearhead into these objectives with the front line being Nox.
It looks like they're now rotating over to this objective now.
As they're defending this, they get a nice pluck on Nox.
Getting plugged in. Brownslide getting blown up very quickly. Hydra forced to ult up in the air again. They're finally now hitting the tower, burning it down very quickly. NMR hovering on the side here. Just a few more autos and this tower will fall down, but just not clicking the tower shots in. Vash
Another
getting
great
plugged
pluck
in
from
again,
Sobek
and he
here.
will fall down here.
That's two plucks in a row in this team fight that got both members of the blue team killed. Nice plucks coming out from Abrasive here on the Sobek.
A very big win here from the red team.
Yeah, I think it was some greed on the blue team. I mean, they were sustaining pretty well when they were getting ultimates, but I don't think had they had what it took to break through into the Phoenix with
Yeah.
Nox probably having to walk in and take some damage and scare the backline. So I would have liked to see them do the tier twos, get the farm, get your items back up, and then maybe try for that right side or left side. Probably it's more important. Phoenix.
It looks like red team was looking for this Phoenix here. I mean, this T2 tower here in mid. And now engagement is being forced out here. Specific getting blown up very quickly. Olhea is now godlike. Hydra diving in very heavily onto the red team here. Looking for a kill on Uncle Fable. Thanatos up in the air. Olhea being left alone. And he dives onto Cruz. Cruz taking a lot of damage. Getting blown up heavily here. Execute from the Achilles misses. And Winged Hydra now with a double kill. It looks like Subkiller might just fall down as well. Feeds are forced out here. Subkiller barely hanging on for his dear life right here. Blinks out of the Sobek ult. And now it looks like this might be a full wipe. And that is a complete and total deicide. And this should be the game here. 3 members still with Fire Giant. And they should just be able to walk it down.
I mean, the only thing they have here to worry about is Posh and Cupid on 20-second timers. I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to get the Phoenix by the time it hits at least 10, and they definitely could end here. I think Cruz half health has ult though, and everyone else pretty healthy.
Brownslide to go get the Titan out of that thing right here, get out of the ice. It looks like they're a little bit calling on and off for this in call, and it looks like they're now full committing onto it. A little bit of a hesitation.
Yeah, with
there.
minions coming in. Could be up for some damage from the
Brownslide falls down here. Hydra completely blown
they'll
up.
be able to end here though.
Low.
Tiamat full health, yeah, they have to. Yeah, just too much health on everybody else. Even though Brownside died, you have the rest of the teammates full health and minions coming in, and only 2 people. Not gonna be able to do anything here to save that game.
Yeah, really just the mid laner spiraling out of control with the lead, with the rest team not really able to
respond to that. Yeah.
Yeah, the mitigation is just too much on the Tiamat to handle, honestly.
Yeah, especially when a Tiamat is before any ganks already, barely getting some farm out. Then barely getting some more farm out than the other mid laner already. I believe 1.5 level lead before any kills happen really. So it's just when you're behind the Tiamat and you're not able to get to pin her down in the right spot, you just won't be doing enough damage that you need to kill her. You might be like thinking that you can get the kill, but when the mitigations come out and when you realize that you're not as ahead as you wish you would, then that's how you get baited in those fights and turn it over for the red team, or for the blue team, I should say.
Yeah. Are you ready for game 2?
Yep. Let me wait. No, I'm not ready yet. Let me get it up. I was responding to something.
Okay.
Okay, let me go find that.
Just let me know you're ready. Any other thoughts you had on that game?
Well, one of my main thoughts is that the fact that both teams seem to be just really going for these kills a lot. I feel like they could have been faster game, although it was fast game. And I am spectating, by the way, so I'm ready. I don't know if you want to do picks and bans now, or if you just want to get into the game like last time.
Yep, I'm in game. You just do picks and bans.
You should go to picks and bans or skip it.
Yeah, just picks and bans. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm on it right now. But yeah, I mean, yeah, go.
There is a switch up in players here. Brownslide does get switched so that it's Subkiller, NMR, and Brownslide, the three members of the champions from last season, all on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
Abrasive did get switched over, and Cruz did leave and switched out for Hellering, who is a
I
new
believe.
player this season.
Yep, I believe Hellerine was the one that was supposed to play in a prospect, but Cruz had to sub in.
Yes.
Um, yeah, don't see Cruz playing these prospects since he is a captain. Not really much of a need for him, really. Maybe to unless he wants to get a dabble with other players, see who he's picking. But Hellerine does come in as he was supposed to play. So, I mean, with this switch up, I mean, which team you think is supposed to win, right? We got three of the season 2 champions of the upper division on the red
I
team
mean,
here with NMR, Subcolor, and Brownside, and we have Olhea over here who popped off last game and is generally a good player, and Hellerine also a Masters PC player with Abrasive that was also doing some good plucks and Wing Hydra holding his own in the lane. What do you think? Which side do you think is more favored to win here for just going off the prospects?
I mean, I think Specify performed better than Vash did. I
Mm-hmm.
think if Uncle Faye was on something other than Apwash, he should be better off in mid lane. So I
Mm-hmm.
imagine after you take this loss, you probably try a little bit harder here around game two.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing
Yep.
like Sub Killer and NMR, I don't think they're like down or whatever. They're not like defeated or anything mentally. But they feel
Yep,
the
for sure.
Athena through, and Athena gets first picked here.
Yeah, it does get through with some other bands happening here, like Anher or Sobek not banned out, even though he did pretty well, but also Athena makes it too. No Apollo ban either. No
Tear
Scylla.
here being picked up for Brownside, one of his staple support picks, one of the things he used to carry through, help his team win the championship here.
Yeah, that tier support. Yeah, it looks like he's trying to get busy here, feeling comfortable with his old champion teammates,
Yeah. And Uller
and is
being one
looking
of
to just close this
Specify's
out.
best gods, it looks like they're going for most of their staple picks, I guess.
Oh, he plays the Uller
Yeah,
often.
I think it's
Yeah.
his
No.
most played Hunter.
Oh wow, and also in yep, I expected the Scylla to be picked up here, and I mean, you have that taunt, you just want the biggest follow up, don't
Yeah.
you? They didn't ban Scylla, punish him for it. But yeah, with the red team so far, a little bit more early center draft so far. Uller doing very well in early game and falling off later. And Tier could be still useful in the late game with some good blinks and ults
Yeah.
and fearlesses, but
And it's
looking more
extremely
early.
difficult to kill.
Yeah, true. Heals, knockups, double dash, ult, protections when he's in defense with
And
the
not to
Rama
mention
picked up.
that an Uller tier duo lane is extremely oppressive.
Yeah, like you said, yeah, they are going to be on the same lane, so definitely going to be a lot of pressure with the Morgan pick too. Trying to, I think, probably seeing that they have the Athena, trying to grab that for their own arsenal and the Scylla. But not only that, I Morgan presents some pressure in the mid, just clearing out super fast and being able to just solo the mid laner. When she goes invisible, you just kind of have to back up unless you have some reinforcements or you're confident.
Yeah,
Take the
and able
stun
to
in the fight.
rotate very easily as well to really
Yeah,
anywhere. Some Wukong
and
getting
turn
banned
into a
out
banner.
here.
Well, seeing that Wing Hydra did well on it, not trying to set up their sub killer for for the best possible, wanting him to be able to be more of a factor in this game. Don't blame him.
One big thing to mention here is Tier Uller will do extremely well into his Athena Rama matchup. They can really just cancel out Athena's dash super easily and just basically let her have no more safety.
Yeah,
Especially if you
Uller.
ever do
Yep.
get a fearless uh, into a stun, you can easily CC Athena for like a solid 3 seconds
Yeah,
and easily
true.
blow her up early on,
Yeah,
making her really
just
unsafe in this lane.
one fearless, one axe, and that could be half health poke or even death. With her dash, can be able to be silent. I mean, to be not interrupted after. With the tier, he has a fearless and the other one from the blue stance. So both will cancel that out as long with the Uller axe. Any good pokes that they could do here would mean a lot in this lane here.
Yeah, there's a lot of early kill potential, especially with this Morgan and everyone all combined. Blue
And
team's
they're
much
gonna
more late game orientated.
yeah, and red team trying to show out for some late game themselves. Picked Xingqian solo, which Subclair does play has played in the finals. I'm pretty sure he didn't do very well. with it. But I know other than that, he does. Well, actually, no, it wasn't in the finals. It was in a previous game with
Yeah.
Valhalla and Stones of Gaia. He picked Xing Chen in one of his first debut games, and he didn't do so well on it. But I know he does perform with it, and it does help their draft out here. Gives Morgan a good switch as well, and makes their draft more competitive for the late game. Xing Chen out.
Yeah, it looks like Ymir's being over here and does get locked in, which makes me think this Athena will be going to the solo lane instead.
Perhaps. Yeah, I mean, you play the game, so you might just
Well,
be right.
yeah, Athena is solo.
Yeah, with the Ymir here support. Interesting draft here. No, literally no knockups for the blue team, but there is a Uller jump on the other side and a Xing Chen jump, which you could pull, but in my experience, it's a little bit hard to pull Xing
Yeah,
Chen if
it
he's being crafty.
is very difficult to do.
Raijin getting locked in. I think he can get pulled out as well. I'm not too sure. I think they changed it
Yeah,
to a true teleport.
I think he can for like a momentary second,
Yeah, I think so.
but
But he
also
does
it's like
get some
extreme
iframes.
difficult to do as well.
Yeah, because he gets
Alright,
iframes and everything turns like white electric. Can't see it that well.
you ready to spectate in the match?
Yep, ready when you are. Three, two,
Alright,
one.
3-1. It's
Yep.
NMR on the Morgan.
Oh yeah, he's not even. Oh yeah, of course. Well, with the Raijin
The
pick,
Ryzen, yeah.
yeah, does put a spin on that and throws NMR in the jungle on the Morgan.
I've not seen NMR play Morgan jungle before.
Me neither. I've not seen it. I've seen him rat, seen Achilles, and maybe some other unorthodox pick as well as a Thanatos, but haven't seen that yet from him. Wonder how he's going to
Just
perform it here. Not a bad pick at all here. Some decent transforms here for him with the
just
blue
pause at
team.
0 again.
Yeah.
Conduit start here on the Xing Shin. It's a fairly strong start, especially if you can get to the alternate timeline with how much power it
hmm
just gives you this patch. I think it's 90 power now, 45 procs each. It makes you extremely difficult to kill, and once you finally do kill them, it makes almost not even worth it
Wow.
with how
Is
much
that?
juice those takes.
You sure? Wait, is that off the conduit gen upgrade? I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure
Oh
it's
no,
not,
it's
right?
not. You're right. You're right. You're right. I'm an idiot.
No, it's fine. But yeah, no,
Alright.
we have seen some alternate timeline picks in the soul lane here for these magicals. You know, when it was buffed to given 45 more power, and the cooldown made I think to 2 minutes or 3 minutes made it more viable. So understandable that you would mistaken it for that for a second, but no conduit gem gonna go seeming kind of like an equivalent of bluestone
Did you remember to pause
for
at
the
0?
magicals. Huh?
Did you remember
Oh,
to
that's
pause at
zero. Oh,
0?
sorry. Oh no, but I'm at 4 seconds though. If you want to come.
Okay, yeah, I was going to 4 seconds. Give me a second. 3, okay, I'm paused. Alright, ready? 3,
Mhm.
2, 1.
All right. With Athena going boots 2 and teleport. Pretty good for Athena. Lets you like as you said before last game teleport, being able to either keep you afloat or get you ahead. And with Athena, it's she can really do those rotations. She can ult over to fight on left and just come right back to right and
Yeah.
just continue farming. Probably picks up a blink second for those engages though,
Yeah.
but blink not needed too much pre level 12. So
Brownslide Blink ends up missing onto Vash here, losing out on his early game kill potential right there for a solid minute or two. Probably a little bit too hasty on it, honestly. Ooh, Axe
unfortunate
does hit
here.
Vash though, but no follow-up with Vashing too, and them not hitting too.
Yep. Ymir and Rama shishka bobbing for a double Uller one to just hit both of them with Tyr looking for something in here. Gets
Abrasive
a
missing the
easy peerless.
2 there, and looks like
Maybe should have
Vash
died
will
here.
fall.
Best Buy doesn't clear it up. Vash has with that bad positioning. I mean, Tyr's walking right at him, and he's level 2. He didn't even dash or didn't turn around. He got knocked up and then let
Halloran
Tyr do a
getting a
180 and
kill here
pick him back up.
mid on Uncle Fable. So at
Uncle
least
Fable
some
here.
response back. Uncle
Yeah,
Fable really getting caught out early on very often.
yeah. As we saw last game, lacking in that positioning. Maybe just either not and not sensing the danger or not respecting.
Probably just not being used to higher level players. Abrasive getting plucked in. This is what I'm talking about, getting that easy level 1 kill potential. Just one fearless is all it takes for someone to die in this lane. Which puts
Yeah,
Uller
definitely true.
falls down
I,
instantly.
I don't think Tyr even blinked either. He just walked behind Ymir and just
Yeah,
picked him up.
because Ymir has no real way to stop that. He's slower than the Tyr is, and Tyr just walks behind him. Blue, blue stance dashes behind him. Red switches to red and just kills him. He
I
can't do
mean,
anything
funny.
about it.
I mean, funny how you say that though. Ymir actually had tier 2 boots this whole time, I believe,
No,
while
he hit tier 1.
Brownslide only had.
He hit tier 1. He just bought tier 2.
Okay, yeah, never mind though. But I mean, Ymir could put walls and stuff to try to mitigate it, but if you don't have that up, I guess definitely could easily be walked behind.
Yeah. I
Rama
think just
staying here, no HP. He's just gonna solo this purple. I think he might die to it. I think he has
will
this
he
gonna
do
be
it?
close though.
I think he used a pot.
Yeah, he used a pot as well, so not in any danger. But he will have to play back here. He was
And he'll
gonna
miss out on the
back
wave.
and he's gonna miss minions for sure. Probably the last 3 creeps. Maybe only get 1 creep because he is holding the wave here. But looks like he's not gonna hold anymore. So
One downside
Rama
to
might only
this.
miss that. Yeah.
Ooh, a skirmish happening here in mid. It looks like nobody's gonna like step up at this moment. One thing to note though, with this teleport glyph for Athena and solo, Shingshin can very easily use his ultimate to force a kill onto this Athena with no beads
Yeah, no beads.
and the dash being
Definitely
so
true.
slow.
Yeah. Not sure if it's me playing AAC, but Specify was holding the wave and then he stopped. So since he was indecisive, instead of making him lose 2 creeps to zoning it or 2 creeps to pushing it in, he just kind of did both, and then those 2 creeps were able to live. And then those 2 archers were able to live until Rama got back, only missing 1 creep for that. So probably why Vash was able
Yeah, Subcore
to
does
be
get a
close
solo
next to him.
kill onto Hydra over here, who's just stayed for way too long, didn't back or anything after they just had a skirmish and Subcore backs.
Had the teleport too, and is level 5. Interesting play from Athena, not respecting the sub killer, I believe.
Subcore teleported T2. I thought he just wasn't going to TP back.
I see. With Rama
He
getting
quickly
put out
waves.
here.
I figured he'd just walk back to lane, and he TP'd to T2
Oh, yeah, but
very
it's
fast, and I thought he
TP to
would.
tier 2 in the game.
Yeah.
Yep, that makes sense. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, and I was just too greedy.
Yeah, honest play, but just gonna bring them a little bit more on the same level, but nothing crazy as
Dash force out here.
Brownslide.
Vash probably should dash further into his T1 tower rather than out in the open, allowing Brownslide to continue diving him.
Yeah, I mean, Uller was pushing the creeps, and maybe he was afraid of those. Oh, was a gank comes here on sub killer, bringing it back with Wing Hydra ulting, but a little bit overkill. As I was saying on the left side, I mean, Uller was pushing the waves, and maybe Rama was not confident that he can stand under his tier 1 in spite of Uller's mechanics. Might hit an axe on him, might hit a 3, might hit a 1. So choosing to try to run away from Brownslide, then try to dodge Uller's abilities under tower.
I just feel like if he stays under tower, he at least has a chance of Brownslide falling to the tower, rather
Yeah,
and
for
getting
sure.
at least a 1-for-1 trade, rather than
Yeah,
most
Brownslide would.
likely
Yeah,
guaranteed death.
If anything, Brownslide would be stranded between the tier 1 and tier 2, and maybe he does still die by Uller, but at least maybe his team will be able to get Brownslide, who would be stranded between the tier 1s, tier 1 and 2.
Ooh, a lot of damage here, and Mar good wall catching him out, and he does use the bees and falls down to Hellerine.
Yeah, haven't talked to Halloran yet, but so far 400 gold lead on Morgan. Not too much, but probably would be more after he picks up this farm and stuff over here. But also 3-0 so far. Has been getting kills all over the map, it seems, except for dual side with a gank on sub killer and kill mid and on the jungler.
Out here getting a lot of damage, extremely low. The body box from Brownslide, extremely low. One more ability from Raijin means he'll probably die here. Brownslide ultimate is used. Uncle
Oh,
does use his ult as well, and he does fall down.
gonna hit those. Scylla returns, but misses the ult.
A lot of
But
damage out here. Uncle Fable will make it out. And it's a good trade here in the mid lane.
almost took that poke from the 2. Could have been really low after that one.
It could be extremely bad. If you see from blue team here, everyone has bees except for the solo laner. Uncle Fail gets hit by the crush. He's a lot of damage right there. He is forced out of the engagement. Brownside eating a lot of damage as well from Hellrain. A good knockup into an ultimate. It looks like Brownside should fall down here, and he will fall down to Hellrain. Practically a solo kill.
Yeah, Brownside staying a little bit too much, and Hellrain able to get in there and clean him up with his ult
Ullr
down.
currently invading this purple buff, and looks like Ymir spots it out. And Specify's really low in mana here. Misses the stun and the wall. Looks like Specify will get out. Rama missing his auto into the wall as well, and Specify will get out for free here. Hellrain dives
Can't
in,
even hit a
however,
cripple or a slow.
gets a good stun off, and Specify will make it out
Just
alive.
enough mana to get out. Yeah, I think if Vash hits one of those autos, I mean, one of them's a cripple, but it was also a slow as well.
Or
So he would have
Abrasive
at
hits a
least made
stun.
him closer. Yeah, Abrasive hits a stun or Rama hits any of those slows. It just makes it a little bit easier for the Ullr to be caught down. No mana. I think he did have beads up, but he had no mana. He would have been able to get seized down a lot faster.
He is going the Bluestone Transcendence start on the Ullr, which means he will absolutely outtrade this Rama early on. He'll be able to just bully anyone he wants at this point, honestly. Able to practically one-shot him. Which is one big problem with the crit meta currently, that early game gods are just stronger at this point, because if you can just shut down the crit and they never get crit online, then what use do they really have? Subcore eating a lot of damage over here, getting good wall out, and he does fall down to Abrasive. Good blue buff invade by a blue team here.
Yep, Subcolor believed he jumped out, maybe jumped back in, or wasn't able to jump in the first place because I don't think he could jump over that Ymir wall too thick.
Yeah, he couldn't get to the Ymir wall, unfortunately.
With Ullr just running up on this Rama in between his towers, misses all his autos, but hits the last one. Thank God as he gets the kill and Vash over here on the left, and probably that tier 1 as well. Another wave coming in, nobody even batting an eye to this dual lane. Just gonna get that up, picked it up for free. And the gank comes here on the right side of the tier, has to ult out.
And this Ullr is gonna start becoming a major problem. He's a massive gold lead here in this duo lane.
Yeah, I mean, in this game, the duo lane is performing just outperforming. So it can highlight on what Hellrain has been doing here in the solo lane and stuff like that, or even in the mid, really, because the support has to often try to dedicate over here to the duo, even though he hasn't been doing as much as we see Rama got killed on that tower, but makes them more hesitant to walk around the map when you got this Ullr here that's super big and could turn a fight.
It makes it extremely difficult for anyone to even rotate over there, with Ullr able to pretty much one-shot anybody at this point. Solely not able to build into physical defense, given that he's facing a magical laner. And
but they will be looking for this Ullr here.
Good damage onto Vash.
Could be done for.
And he will fall down very quickly.
Ult is down. Does kill Vash though, but Winghunter's not able to ult it fast in time. As we were talking about this Ullr, that's a good gank for Hellrain here. I mean, the Hunter still dies. I mean, maybe his positioning needs to be better so he doesn't die in these fights, because he'll still be behind. I mean, if he was able to live for this gank at least, he would have been able to get at least 2 waves over Ullr, and probably Alpha and maybe his purple if they sought to invade that. And probably the Gold Scorpion as well would have definitely caught up there. But Hellrain doing a good job in putting a check on as Abrasive misses a freeze on the brown side. But yeah, Hellrain recognizing they need to shut down this dude and pulls up over and gets a nice gank on carry. But not sure if it'll mean that much though, because Rama didn't get much off of it.
Getting a good fearless onto Abrasive here. Ultimate used by the
pulls him in,
but misses it. Brownside has to clear the kill and does dodge I'm a monster. Hitting it by the crush zone will be a 1-for-1 trade from the supports here, which just favors him here because he has benevolence.
True. Raijin not telling or probably not communicating that he's gonna taunt him into the Raijin ult, and so Brownside actually over ults a little bit, not knowing that he's gonna be feared backwards.
Blown up by Hellrain and Olhea.
And Morgan not with the damage, able to finish off this Oelix, probably because Morgan's behind by 700 in level, and the Mankin's not able to do enough, and Soul Gem not giving nearly enough power to shut this out early.
Especially early on.
With similar to last game, so far 10 minutes, 11 minutes in, no Scorpions are dropped yet, just teams not feeling like it, I guess. I believe Wing Hydra snatching the totem
Yeah, that was a
from Subkin.
Subco are extremely low here, really losing out on this trade. It is forced to use the ultimate here. And Hellring is taking the tower, but he will fall down just from the single 2,
Yep.
which is why he built the breastplate.
Hellerin has used both relics, but is able to find out that kill on the sub killer over here, with Wing Hydra winning in that trade and sub killer not having any jungler around to even warrant taking that trade in the first place. After the totem should have probably just left.
Oh, also earlier, that was NMR who ulted to specify, not Hydra.
Oh, okay. Little
Different
Morgan
teams.
shenanigans. Oh,
Hellring is
sorry.
the kill on the specify, getting a solo kill onto him. Taking no damage.
Yeah.
Wow, at it. Very impressive from Hellring here.
Yeah, really just slid in here, and I mean, I'm pretty sure Hellerin had not a lead, but was about the same level in gold as this guy on Uller over here. As he gets a nice 2 over here, but still misses the
Uncle Fable
the
getting
root.
stunned out, no beats up, eating a lot of damage here, and Uncle Fable barely able to make it out.
Yep, Hellerin having
Subco
just
rotating
used it
over to
too.
mid lane right now. He is in the backside of them. Hydra not
We get a
ulting over
nice
to
goal
rotate
here.
over.
No beads on the
Big
Wheelix.
ultimate.
Great ultimate from Subkill over here with a great rotation.
Rotated over while Hydra was backing by his tower.
Unfortunate, even though it was Athena not quite prepared. Maybe wonder if Athena is telling her team back there that Xingqian's missing.
Athena was. Athena was telling
Unfortunate.
them that they were keeps coming. They go, no, we'll be fine.
Yep, not expecting to just get ulted right into the tier 1 tower, and also since Hellerin used the beads in the gank last time, not having it there, so good shutdown for Subkiller there, and Uller and Morgan going to be higher level than a Wheelix now due to my death.
One-shotted by the Specify here with the Axe 1 combo.
Yeah, Specify just running up over here, cleaning up, not even cleaning up, just
Going
decimating
being
Olhea.
started here, and it looks like Hydra's ulting over to come to rotation here, calling out that they should go in here. Coming in, throws up the auto. Just
Not enough
able to get
steal.
anything.
They do secure it. Rama ult used as well. And it looks like blue team can't bite off anything more here. They just has to give him the red buff. I mean, not the red buff, the gold fury.
And Vash being caught out, going back up, knowing the team was just grouped up, and it looks like Brownslide is chasing him down here. Nobody on blue team around to really help him because Hydra was forced to go back to his tower so he could actually get some waves.
Yeah, the fights that the blue team been taking haven't been lining up exactly around where Winged Hydra can rotate over, and Hellerin got a good had a good idea here, shutting down this Ula here, but stood too long in the mid lane looking for some more kills under this tier 1 tower, not respecting the sub killer not being there. You know, him rotating in, and Wheelix with no beads will die there, and her lead is taken back actually behind now, both the carry and the opposite jungler. Unfortunate. Switch over to the red side now.
Rotations happening over in the right lane onto Athena here. NMR and Subco are both diving very heavily on Athena. Good taunt out, saving Athena's life, being able to dash out without the stun going off.
Yeah, yep, the stun doesn't go off thanks to that taunt. Very good play there. Ymir gets touched up here with, I believe, Morgan ulting over, yeah.
Looking Vash and get the taunt off, but just not quite able to catch anyone. Ultimate getting really no use out of it, other than a quick rotation over.
Yeah, Uller not playing as high as he should. I feel like if Uller plays higher there, has both relics, and then more Athena comes in, they can really bait that fight against the blue team. But Uller not playing up, probably not even knowing that he's gonna get ulted by Athena. I think if they're communicating there, Athena's like, "Yo, go in, have ult or whatever." He has both relics. They commit a lot to him. He uses them. Athena comes in, and I think that's an easy fight for the red team. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's an easy one for the red team there. Red team is honestly really favored, especially early game. Xingqian wins in lane against Athena. NMR is probably the only late game base, and they get blown up very quickly. Brownslide basically deleted by the crush. NMR coming up onto abrasive here gets blown up as well in return, and it's a 1-for-1 trade. Support for support, but
refragging.
What'd you say?
No, yeah, just just a refrag here from Inamar.
Ooh, Uncle
This
Fable gets
Morgan.
already forced out here, and
Yep.
Hellring's gonna be caught out here by the Morgan. Inamar getting another kill. Delayed double kill here, and it looks like the T1 tower should fall down to Uncle Fable. With no real objective up, they could look for a Scorpion here, but it does not look like they'll look for one.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Halloween's doing over there near that red buff. I'm pretty sure the red buff is already gone. Olhea is already backing around the tier 2, and the rest of the team is just not there. So with 3 members there, it's a bit greedy to just be standing around that vicinity, not expecting them to make a play on you. Try to get some CC and lock you down, just like happened there.
Yeah, something to note here. Subkiller, knowing that he has a higher pressure god in the soul laner, and like in the soul lane, is going for a much more late game solo build with the Warlock Sash and breastplate. He's going to be able to do a lot of damage, because I imagine he will go for that Gem of Focus, and he'll be able to do a lot of
Yeah,
damage to be extremely tanky and healthy with his regen.
yeah, for sure. A great build if you can get it online, especially if you can manage to try to be ahead or out pressure and out farm. As Hydra here has to use beads, taking the lower end of that trade, doesn't beads and will definitely die without that beads there. But still, tier 1 on the right side taken out, as well as the tier 1 that happened earlier. So some map control over here for the red team and some gold in their pockets for those towers, able to force out the beads of Athena, as well as the beads that they had forced in mid fight from Raijin and Morgan.
Fight over here
Were about the
happening
same
in the dual
thing.
lane, and the soul lane is used by Athena. A lot of damage going off of Inamar. Hellring did not use her ultimate on to catch Inamar out, who did, I guess. Hellring instead just choosing to run away here. Hellring
Yeah,
on the retreat. Brownslide coming with the ultimate. Hellring extremely low here. And it looks like Hellring will be able to make it out, but the fight is still continuing regardless. Chase is
I feel
happening.
like
Inamar
I'm
extremely low. Hydra looking to dive in,
over
can't quite
here.
get through all the peel from Subkiller. And it looks like they're going to turn on to Brownslide instead.
Unless you get the taunt, not much. He gets a taunt, but there's nobody there. Some CC reduction, probably some diminishing returns. I think it's a little bit of scoff fight there. NMR had no beads, right? He got picked up into the air, and then he got taunted back in midair, and there was 3 members around, and they didn't kill NMR from the blue team.
Yeah, Hellring
Bit of,
ended up not
a bit
using his
weird.
ultimate there, not recognizing that he knocked him up, and not able to
Oh
react
no,
fast enough to pick him up.
unfortunate. So yeah, he got taunted in midair. That was pretty cool. But yeah.
Specify getting caught out here. Bede's a little bit late, not wanting to use him, but realizing he's going to be forced to use him or he's going to die there.
I think Halloran tried to jump the red buff, but wasn't quite at the right angle, so couldn't get the jump off, unfortunately.
Yeah, some of the jump angles are really awkward, unfortunately.
Yeah. Probably would have spelled the end for Specify if Halloran gets that jump over.
Dolphin being started by red team, being called out right here by Athena, but nobody coming over. And it looks like Athena went in for it, eating a lot of damage here. A lot
No
of CC
beat
being
here
thrown out,
should
beats
get
up.
killed, I believe. Just CC death to
Does get
chain.
blown up.
CC chain to
But
death.
so
Oh my
much used
god.
onto him, and it looks like nobody has any abilities up to follow up with this fight, and it's now a 1-for-1 trade. Unfortunately, support for Solo, not the best trade in the world. NMR with a kill onto Halloran, and looks like
Turned
red team is
around.
heavily winning this. Vash with the kill onto Uncle Fable. Now it's a decent trade here. A lot of damage put off onto Subkiller. Rama snipes out, looking to get the Specify one more time. Does not hit Specify. Specify looks like he will jump it and make it out alive. Bashing a lot of damage from Subkiller and will fall down to Subkiller. And now is a 3-for-2 trade with red team getting the Gold Fury.
Rama could have taken out Uller. He had the 3rd shot on standby while Uller wasn't even jumping yet.
Ooh,
And then he waited till after Uller jumped. With
Inamar allowed to
Ole
get through, however, because Abrasive
hitting.
uses the stun on the already rooted Subkiller.
Unfortunate.
Still being over aggressive here in mid lane, really just running at them, so finally starting to back off. And it looks like Athena will come out trying to save him. The mitigation, he does fall in there, but really nothing for Athena to clean up at this point.
Questionable play from Abrasive. What is he trying to do there? No teammates alive, just annoying them with walking into them and then trying to put a wall and keep them out with Subkiller able to jump before the wall is put in.
If you notice, the big misplay there was he, instead of freezing Inamar, who's diving his backliner, he just freezes Subkiller, who is already rooted in place, instead.
Yep.
While he's rooted, so he just loses out already on that stun.
Yeah, Inamar could just do that damage and pick up the Scylla without any interruption there. Not not any significant peel from Abrasive in that fight, at least.
Abrasive also having very selfish relics as well.
Yeah, beads and Sunder, no blink on the Amir. I mean, I can understand the beads pickup, but I don't know if I would be able to get the Sunder here. I'd probably just get a blink for these engages.
Yeah, or even a
With
horrific
Athena
for the
having,
pill at least.
yeah, and Athena also not able to get blink as well. Actually, on the blue team, not much of a spontaneous engage here, unless you're playing a corner or something, baiting
Yeah.
around, or maybe fire or something. Very interesting here. Only one blink on the side of the blue team.
Just the I think just the threat of the Xing ultimate being able to hit like two or three people at any time. If you don't have it, the beats up, then it can very easily be a game changer with double Xing ultimate.
Yeah, I mean,
Engagement ever happening here by the
I
D.Va, it
agree.
looks like.
Yep, as some poke comes out. I agree with the beads on the Athena and the Ymir, of course, but I wouldn't have picked up Sundering Spear for the second relic choice. I feel like you need to be able to make these engagements in the first place.
Subco uses ultimate here. Beads are forced out here, so it's
Double
meaning that
beads forced out. Brownside not able to hit the Fearless because the CC immune is still up.
also something to note here is the tier passive, meaning that all CC at max can be 1 second long on him. Meaning these
Yep.
these taunts are very worthless onto him. And I'm taking a lot of
Yeah,
damage right here,
definitely.
eating a lot of damage. A
Double
double
Fearless here
fearless,
on the support in the
keeping
jungle.
his team dead here.
Rama dashed out. Athena getting touched over here by Specify, and
Rama beads
Rama
are
looks
forced out
dead
up in the
too.
air, and it looks like Specify gets the kill onto the Athena
And
here.
Hydra gets killed on the right, yeah. Only refrags NMR, but they're just going to wait here in the mid Phoenix for Vash to come back down and put him out of his misery. So overall, a 4-for-1 trade, I believe, in favor of the red team. Great. Those are some great fearlesses from Brownside there coming out. Like he got like two or three double fearlesses. With the last one being noticeable on the jungle and in the support for the blue team, able to really put him in danger as along with the Ymir wall that was placed there. Somehow he kind of just messed his team up as well. I
Yeah.
think he placed the wall and then got fearless into the wall
Yeah.
that he just made.
One big problem with these team fights, even blue team, is that Hydra's being forced to peel, and because Ymir's just diving instead of peeling for his backliners. So now the Athena is being forced to peel. Or if the Athena dives, and the backliners have nobody whatsoever to help them out there, and that kind of just
Yeah, I
spells
mean,
loss regardless.
not only that, I feel like this positioning from this Rama, he's not. You don't often see this Rama with the Scylla. I see Scylla getting out, like, or at least surviving longer, but they're never together. I think Scylla went to the right side or something, and Rama was going in the mid, so they weren't together, not able to even peel for themselves, do damage to each other. And Rama's positioning allow him to get caught out really easily with Ole getting killed here, but I mean,
Beats
well, not right
forced
now, but
out.
was getting killed. Yeah, beat the forced out because earlier Ole only died twice while getting caught off a rotation from mid. But in these team fights, positioning seems to be great for the Scylla. Tier ult's over here, and Dean is an ult on to the Rama.
NMR is
Just
ulting in onto Brownside here, who is diving very heavily on these backliners here. Big taunt comes out, big fight happening here. Wing Hydra taking a lot of poke here, but Brownside eating the worst part of it. Beats are forced out, and Hellring is diving out in the middle of nowhere, not really chasing anyone in particular. All the way down by the Gold Fury now. Hellring now just sitting in the back line, not on anybody, trying to run away here. And it looks like the fight is continuing. Blue team still relatively healthy, but red team having Fire Giant here.
yeah,
And Brownside
definitely
was forced to
job
back.
pressure
Subkiller
here.
diving in very heavily here. Hydra trying to peel for his team and not quite able to. Abrasive eating too much damage. Hellring in the backline though is able to get killed on Uncle Fable. And it looks like Hydra will continue the dive here. Hellring diving heavily onto Specify, and it looks like they're going to try to chase the kill here
And
onto
Chen
Subkiller.
probably gonna die here with this taunt coming from Athena as well as Hellering does get picked up over here by
Yeah.
NMR on the left side.
And it looks like Shin will be making it out alive here, still giving up the chase, and it looks like the Vash just going out too far.
No
Dashing
dash,
away
I
from
believe.
he just dashes away from the Athena taunt, now allowing his tank to help heal for him.
Yeah, Vash getting caught out here, thirsting for that Xing Chen, and Athena has the beads, might be dead after if they can get something after the taunt, but nothing gonna
Specify
hit, I
getting loaded here
believe.
by Olhea,
Uller
going up
going
just a little
too
too hard.
far in, gets picked up by Specify, I mean, not by Specify, by Ole. Specify tried to walk in here, try to get greedy, similar to what happened to the Rama when he was chasing the Xing Chen. Just got a little bit too excited and got punished by the other team. Yeah, I mean,
Overall
What
win
do you
for blue
think's going
team,
wrong
though.
for this blue team, though? Oh yeah, true. Yeah,
It was
yeah,
overall win for them.
definitely.
They had Fire Giant successfully defended a T2 tower, which is risky in itself, and the T2 tower didn't even fall.
Yeah, it's actually winning for them, despite they are still down around I believe 7K right now. Not that big though, as it is closer to the late game, but the
I think
start
a big
items not all
problem
finished.
is how late game based their team is already in blue team. If Ymir falls behind, it really hurts him.
Hmm.
He basically becomes like a walking minion, practically, with his
Yeah, he
lack of
just died.
safety. He doesn't have any. If he ever gets like caught up by a fearless, he has no choice but to die and just ult and hope he gets some damage off with his death. It's just kind of what he's
Yeah,
left with there.
yeah. Ymir is one of the sports you want to have ahead, so he can just walk in and do whatever he wants instead of walking in and just getting killed for free.
And Abrasive is really good at setting up for kill streaming rotation here over in the solo lane. Hold that thought for just a moment here, but Hydra is able to dash away safely.
As he's probably telling his team to pull this Gold Fury with the 3 members of the red team over here on the right side.
Xingqian ultimate is used to pull Hydra back in, but Sunder is used onto him. A lot of damage being thrown off onto him, getting low very quickly.
Really trying to kill
Some
him.
health used, and it looks like he will fall
Good
down
ult
to
from
sub
Scylla
killer with a
here,
tick,
poking out the Raijin.
and he will fall down as well. Blue team really just not rotating quickly enough after that Gold Fury. Just
Yeah,
farming up some of those minions when they ever rotate over.
yeah, they don't even need their ADC for the red team here, as they're just taking down the tower on the right side, as Rama was just scuffling with Uller on the left side for no reason, not even winning at all. Maybe could have used his damage here for this right side with that one demon being here and the ornate arrow. Could have helped for this tier 2 defense, I believe. Ole had a great ult onto 3 people, got them all poked out. Raijin was 1 HP. As get a fearless here, and he's gonna get
Enema
frozen.
diving in
Rama going in,
as the
using the
Rama
crit
uses the
on the
beads
Morrigan.
and will auto in the air to avoid the damage. One problem, as I was saying, Brasive just seems to rather dive than peel. Like he's playing more like a soul laner than a support. I think that's one big
Yeah,
problem here. Forcing blue team to act in like odd ways.
yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Really forcing the Athena to act instead of a soul laner with Sundering Axe, be more of a support who has damage involved instead.
Yeah, definitely not optimal. As NMR had a good transform there. He recognized he needed the Rama for the job. Despite him being behind, he still turned into Rama, pulled up and crit the Wilix and finished off that kill. I think Rama shouldn't have been scuffling with this Ula over here on the left side. I feel like if anything, maybe they should. I think the
Olhea
play for
getting
the
a solo
Brooklyn.
kill over here in a specified
Oh,
forces out the Aegis here. Bees used, and I'm a monster hits and
nice
took the
free
kill.
hands, just completely cooking him, even though he used both relics here. Ole with a nice solo kill over there. But yeah, I think for
And
blue team, they probably should just let the right tier 2 tower fall and maybe dedicate at least 3 members here for this Uller that was just having a fight with Ram on the left side. I think that would have been coordinated. Would have
yeah,
the tier 2 still goes on the right regardless. But Uller does die anyway, though. Gotten soloed by Ole, even though both relics were used, unfortunately.
Hydra getting pulled out right here. Beads are forced out, and he will be able to get out safely. And it looks like Brownslide diving a little too far and has to use his beads as well in return. But
Yeah, no
Relic
merit.
Dagger does not hurt him as bad. Blue
Uh-huh.
team really
True.
should look for this fight here with the 4-5 advantage when they have a chance.
Uller is still out of
Abrasive
come.
hauling off his own team right there from being able to continue the dive, and Brownslide getting out safely here.
Yeah, looks like he was on that blue buff. Blue team taking a fight kind of slow here, maybe with some miscommunication as well as Abrasive walled off his team. And Uller should be able to make it back here for this fight here.
Looks like you're getting a lot of damage here.
Jing
Ultimate
Chen
is
gets
used, and he
poked
will
out,
be
has
forced
to
out.
ult. Some alright poke coming out of Raijin here, but definitely they poked out Jing Chen much more.
Xingqian is a very hybrid ability here. It's actually leaning further into like health and damage rather than actual defense. With only 51
Well, I mean,
magical procs built. Ooh, good pick on an NMR here. Aegis is forced out, and he does put out an Olhea. Big advantage here for blue team once again.
nice pull from the blue team here. NMR had like about 6 seconds towards the beads there. I'm pretty sure he just got straight up pulled up by the Wheelix, so that was a great knockup for the Wheelix, able to find a knockup on somebody despite them
way too much damage
dancing.
here from Olhea being forced out here. Subkiller trying to dive in here, but eating a lot of damage. Ymir ult used way too early. onto nothing.
Yep, not even for secure either.
Enhanced Fire Giant as well, and does go down to blue team. I'm a Monster secures it, and Abrasive is forced back. Hydra and Hellring still diving in. Uncle Fable extremely low, and it looks like Uncle Fable will fall down here to Hellring. Hellring does get the kill. Subkiller continuing to his dive, and it looks like Subkiller might just fall down here to Hydra, who tries to get him into the crush, but crushes a little bit off the mark. But he does fall down regardless. Now blue team in a strong position here.
Yeah, not looking good for the red team here. But one thing that you should take note of is that they still have a lot of towers up. Although yes, it is EFG, so they probably will shred through most of those towers. I mean, maybe by the time they finish all those towers, they don't have any more EFG to take these phoenixes, and then you take your shot at another EFG fight.
Looks like red
if you're red
trying
team.
to defend the T2, but just not able to catch anything.
Yeah, but they're doing a good job of knocking out these towers here. Might make me eat my words as they already take down the mid and right side tower. I think probably either they just have to play for this Phoenix defense, because trying to slow them down at these towers is not going to be worth it. They're just going to clean them up here as they already taken out 2 towers.
The entire gold lead is completely eliminated. And something to note here, because Uller never went any crit, Athena was able to just not build Spectral. Actually, nobody had to build Spectral, which...
Yeah, this team comp
nice.
I mean, this team comp here on the red side, not particularly what you want for these team fights. I think if I were red team here, you probably have to do something cheeky, like how some of the Jade Dragons do, and they just like camp here on the left side, catch somebody as they're trying to go for gold. As their team does do way better for getting picks than a straight up team fight.
Yeah, the team is very easily capable of just one-shotting somebody, especially the upgraded Sundering Spear from the Xing Shin, really allowing you to just one-shot anybody you really want as a team.
Yeah, it does well as a team for getting picks on people, but doesn't translate into team fights because you can't exactly focus all your damage on one person when you're getting split up by the solo lane and the jungle, and probably the support of the team.
And I'm currently split pushing mid lane right now.
Yeah,
allowing this to be a 5v4, but blue team being hesitant to go in. Athena initiating it. A lot of damage done to Uncle Fable, getting blown very quickly by that Sundering Spirit. Beads are forced out. Hellring diving in the back, trying to get onto Uncle Fable, but just getting taunted away. Hellring diving way too far in. And it looks like Inamar does the ultimate turn into I'm a Monster, and it looks like I'm a Monster will not hit anyone. And
the good Fearless onto the Rama gets caught off by the Ymir wall. Not good, cutting off his teammate here.
Instead. And it looks like Inamar getting a good kill here onto Vash. Abrasive just going too far in once again, leaving his backliners all alone.
Yeah, he even cucked his Rama. He put a wall right there. Rama dashed into the wall. Not good.
Athena able to peel for the Scylla, taunting away the tier and just leaving their support to die. Blue team wanting to save them, just realizing that if they do, they probably lose the game.
Unfortunate. I will have to step away for a second here, but maybe the game might be over by that time, but I will try to return.
Alright. It was overall a good win for blue team. They did get 6 towers, a Phoenix. Gold lead is now even. And so far, they haven't lost anything. Hellring up in 10 seconds, split push happening over here onto the soul lane, it looks like. I mean, dual lane on the left tower. But it looks like they're being really hesitant on red team to actually dive in, knowing that Scylla Athena could really one-shot anybody if they get a good combo off. And it looks like blue team and red team will just back off here in response. Overall, just a little hesitant to just continue that dive. Overall, like I said, it was a good win for blue team right here. And I think here's where blue team really excels compared to red team. Red team sub-killers builds really late game base, but his god itself is more early game in the soul lane. It's extremely strong god. Like, you look at player damage here, he's doing an insane amount of damage with this build. Like, it's actually stupid. He's with 400 magical power, 205 physical procs, but no magical. This Scylla is basically the only thing that can kill him. And Scylla can't one-shot him because of how much HP he has, so it's not too big of a deal in the end. And Athena also isn't able to actually dive, so he's also safe in that regard. Now they're setting up for this next Fire Giant skirmish right here. It looks like they're pinging out something here, but I'm not sure what. Neither team pause is coming out here. I would just let it run just because I know he's on his way back and might give him some time because I think it's still running for him. Oh, by the way, the co-caster is Margie. Poison Star being first picked up over here by the. No, he thinks he'll boost for it. I'm stupid. Never mind. Rama should have nearly 100% crit chance. Am I able to see that? I don't know. Oh, yes, I am. Rama crit chance 76%. Really? 15, 35.
All right, I'm back. Was the game
All right.
paused?
Yeah, we're in pause. I didn't fast forward any through it. Just waiting for you to come back.
Yep, that's what's up. We're still your paused though. Yeah, I mean, in this time, I guess we should look at these damage numbers and see what's been going on here.
Xingqian's doing a lot of damage in these team fights because his build is very heavily based into the damage itself. He is
Yep.
400 magical power right now.
Yep, allowing him he's allowing these two stacking items to carry him for this health and defense, and Warlock's even with some power as well, and the breastplate able to give him the cooldown here. Maybe I wonder if he would sell it for Pidwin later, but not too much of a deal.
He's he's like 99 magical procs, I think, is what he has, which isn't too big of a deal simply because the Syl is the only one who's actually doing any real magical damage to him.
Yeah,
And at that, Syl can't one shot him because he has so much HP. It doesn't really matter to him.
yeah, he's gonna be able to eat that.
And then he'll just regen it all
Eat the
back
damage.
by the
Yep.
time it comes around again.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, definitely help him out here, and he's able to stay alive for as long to get this massive damage off too. Just racking it up even above Scylla with Animar behind Scylla, doing some good job in this jungle here, diffing Hellerine in the damage department by about 10k, and also not dying as much. With Hellerine getting too excited sometimes here, or maybe abrasive not allowing this space to be made here because Wing Hydra has to peel more back to his backline,
So we're coming around being on
not
pause
allowing
here.
the red team to be separated here to
Yeah,
get
it's
back into the
very
game.
unfortunate. Despite Abrasive being the one who's diving all the time with his full defense build, he's not really doing any damage at all, which is what really isn't surprising at all
Yeah,
here.
4k damage. Also, the Rama lowest in the game, other than his support, getting diffed here by about
Specify
6k, which is not that bad, but definitely want to see him higher here as he is Rama
with a
late
full
game
crit
with
build.
crit build. Yep, Rama late game crit build against
It's like
a Uller with
it's
no
like
crit.
yeah, it's like 8 autos matches that damage.
Yep,
Inamar really
essentially.
split pushing up here, so blue team forcing down this objective here, forcing Inamar to leave left lane. So he is forced to ult over. Does turn Athena ults in here. And it looks like they're going to drop this here. Hellring getting picked out here, eating a lot of damage. Hellring extremely low. Beats are used, and Hellring will get blown up very quickly by NMR. It
Yep,
looks like
Halloran
Subkiller
not
getting pulled in
respecting
here.
this.
Subkiller ulting in. Vash getting killed on a specify with the ultimate, I think it was. No, he just got an auto through the back. Abrasive using his beats on nothing here. Hydra currently peeling for the rest of his team, getting stunned out by NMR, eating a lot of damage here, currently down to half HP.
Getting poked a lot,
And
right?
unconfidable game over
Looking for
very
some more
quickly.
damage, but gets one-shotted by Oli. Not even
Getting
seeing that
pulled in.
coming.
Beat
With the
values
ult
are
up,
used by
great ult.
NMR. And it looks like Brownslide extremely low diving in here a little too hard. And it looks like the wall will
Oli
be
might
just
get.
after him getting out.
Oli's still alive here, yeah.
Subkiller just spam taunting, jumping away, knowing that this might just be game here. Uses uh,
Oli
just the taunt,
performing
I think.
so well in these fights, though. Literally just getting all this damage out,
Currently running it
positioning
down the
very
mid lane right
well.
now.
Yeah, not just ignoring that Xing Chen, but it was a bad fight for the blue team at first as they didn't recognize that Anamar was gonna ult into Athena and slide over with the Xing Chen coming in for ult. So Hellerin was too
Subkiller
far up
getting
and just
blown
got
up
as
instantly
up
by the
killer
taunt,
gets
Thundering
cleaned up.
Axe.
Yep, but yeah, for that fight, the blue team was able to. I mean, got caught off guard in the first place, and then while the skirmishes were happening after, the team with lingering around Uller has to beat here. Probably game for the blue team.
Yeah, it looks like blue
That
team
they're
will
gonna
be on the
take
game
it.
here. I'm a monster hits the market. And it looks like double hit on the Titan will be enough to secure the game for blue team. Blue team taking it away here.
I mean, these are some great games. I mean, even though Brownside switched over with the 3-man champs. I mean, Oli. I have to give Oli the MVP for these two prospect games so
Yeah,
far in this set.
absolutely.
Just able to carry out with that Tiamat getting a godlike, and then Not able to shine too much throughout the entirety of the game, but being consistent, farming, having a lead, not dying too much, and able to stay alive and drop this damage to turn these fights and hitting things that are very essential to turning those fights here. Has cleaned up Raijin instantly, has caught Uller out numerous times, one shot at him, and hitting some good freehand ults and some good plays is here. The blue team is able to clear this out 2-0
Yeah,
on the red
blue team
team.
able to successfully take the game away.